guys, welcome back to my YouTube, and today I have Nadine with me and we're going to be creating a look on her. So Nadine will be actually choosing the look, and knowing her, it's going to be something out of the ordinary. So stay tuned and keep watching. I'm going to be starting off with the eyes first. I'm going to use a MAC Paint Pot in laying low, and I'm going to be applying this with a concealer brush all over the eye and using my finger to blend out the product to ensure there are no creases. Using the Australis banana powder, I'm going to be patting this right on the brow bone, and this is going to actually be setting and highlighting a matte finish at the same time. Going in with this shade from the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to be applying this into the socket with a fluffy blending brush. And then going on with this random blush palette that I have, I'm going to be using this pink shade on top of it. Okay, so at this stage I've actually changed my mind and I've gone in with a deeper pink from the palette because I didn't like the shades, and I'm going to be applying this into the socket. Now I'm gradually blending that product up to the brow bone. It's okay to take the colour a little bit higher as long as the edges are quite diffused. The key is just to be persistent and keep blending that product out until it looks good. Going in from two colours from the palette, I'm going to be mixing them together on my brush and taking it towards the outer corner of the eye, and I'm going to be applying and blending it with the same brush, and this brush is the 10R from Napoleon Purtis. If you think of drawing the shape of a C, you want to apply the product in that direction and keep it in that sort of shape more towards the outer corner of the eye. And now the fun part, so I'm going to be using the ColourPop cream shadow, just using my ring finger. I'm going to be applying it onto her mobile lid and blending it towards the end to meet that dark shadow that we just applied on the outer corner. Going in with another cream shadow from Napoleon Purtis. This is one of their three shadows, the plum shade, and I'm actually going to be applying that on top just because I feel like the ColourPop shade on its own is a little too pink for me, and this is just going to dull down the colour a little bit. Going in with Too Faced glitter glue and this loose glitter dust from Napoleon Purtis. I'm going to start by applying the glue onto the mobile lid, and then with the glitter and my finger I'm going to start applying it on top. Now I actually don't know the name of this glitter, but it does have some deep and bright reds in it with a little bit of a gold tinge to it. In with a gel liner, I'm going to start applying this to the lid before we wing it out, and to apply it I find it's best to use a flat angled synthetic brush. Once that wing liner is done, I allow it a little bit of time to dry before moving on. I'm going to grab a flat shadow brush and some black eyeshadow. I'm just going to be sweeping this back and forth towards the end of it. I'm not going for a full smoky winged out liner, but it just will diffuse it a little bit. Now to apply these amazing lashes, we're going to push them really close to the waterline, and once they are dry we're going to start cleaning up around the eyes. So I'm just using a makeup remover and my concealer brush to create the shape of the eye. Next, what I'm going to do is just grab some more makeup remover and start cleaning up under the eyes before we prep the skin for foundation. Using MAC Peach Strobe Cream to prep the skin, this will help give a nice iridescent glow to the foundation. And I'm going to be using my NARS Sheer Glow and my Morphe G8 brush to apply the foundation. Now this brush is actually just a powder brush that you would set the face with or apply bronzer with, etc. However, I actually love using this brush to apply foundation because it is quite dense, so it doesn't absorb a lot of the product. So by all means, you don't necessarily need to use a foundation brush in particular. So the foundation that I am using is a couple of shades darker just because we need it to match the tan of her body. So I'm going to be blending it down her neck, and generally when you do set the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, once it does, set on the face, it tends to go a little bit lighter. Moving on with this NYX Cosmetics Color Corrector, we're going to be applying this with our finger underneath our eyes to instantly brighten up them darker circles. If you do want to know how to color correct the face, I do have a previous how to foundation routine video. And to blend that out, we're going to be using a damp beauty blender. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. We mixed them together and applied it underneath the eyes. So this will conceal and highlight at the same time. So when you do use a color corrector, you can go straight into the highlighter. If you don't use a color corrector, you're going to need to use a darker concealer, and then you can start highlighting with something. So I've also applied this to the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, underneath the nose to bring that a little bit forward, and the chin. And then once we've got that on, we want to start blending it out with a damp beauty blender. I'm going to be using the Australia's Cream Contour Kit to add more shape and structure to the face. So applying it to all the areas that suits her face shape and is necessary. This is actually my first time using this contour kit, and I have to say I am quite impressed. The shades are spot on that come with it. It's super creamy and blends out great. In terms of the powder contour kit from Australia's, which I did not like at all, the cream one is quite nice. Going in with the Australia's Banana Powder, I'm going to be setting this with a Real Techniques brush. I'm going to be setting everywhere we applied the concealer. Remember, we did use this product earlier to set the brow bone and give it a little bit of a highlight. As we get closer to the nose, as you can tell, I like to apply the banana powder on the sides of the nose as well as the bridge. This then creates a pinch to the nose and allows it to look slimmer. Applying some of that powder directly underneath the cream contour will just sharpen it up a little bit and slim the face in a bit more. Now that we have set the highlighted areas, it is time to set the contoured areas. I'm going to be using a Clara Cosmetics bronzer to do so. I'm just going to be using this angled fluffy brush from MAC and go on, and at the same time as setting the face, it is also bronzing it up. So it's a two-in-one sort of technique to get that done. And I do have a Clara Cosmetics code for you guys if you wanted to grab some products and save some money. Now just using a medium shaded powder, I'm actually going to go over everywhere else that we didn't set, so in between the highlight and contour, and we're just going to dust everything off that we've left there and to make it all flawless and smooth. Now it's time to smoke underneath our eyes and make it sexy. So using the MAC Feline pencil liner, I'm going to start applying this underneath the eyes to create that base for the shadow, and then we want to smudge it out with a bullet brush. Mixing the two pink tones together on a flat brush, we're going to start pushing this into the skin directly on top of where we applied that pencil liner. And now with a clean bullet brush, all I am doing is going on the very edges of that to smoke it out and give it a more diffused look on the ends rather than that harshness. Going in with Feline again, I'm going to be tight lining that upper lash line and as well as the waterline. And we can instantly see the difference between both eyes. Whoa, what an impact it makes. Moving on to my favorite part of makeup, brows. We're going to start off by brushing them through, and then using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown, we're going to lightly follow the shape of her eyebrows since she has a beautiful natural shape. So just mimic hair strokes in the areas that need to be filled in, going back and forth until it gradually becomes fuller and bolder. A good tip is to brush the hair down, and then that way you can see where all the gaps are, and then you just want to fill that in and it gets the job done much quicker. Going in with this Clara highlight palette, it comes with 3 cream highlighters, and this one here is a powder. We're going to be using these 2 colors here, so the cream on the face and the powder to set it. Using my fingers to place where the product is helps have more control of where it sits, and then we want to start blending out with our finger. The reason why I use a finger over brushes or a sponge is because the heat from my fingers emulsifies the product and it helps it blend out a lot better and a lot quicker. And now going in with the powder and a fan brush, placing this everywhere we apply the cream. Even though we didn't apply cream on the nose, we're still going to highlight the nose, including the tip of the nose to give it a little bit of a lift. Using that exact same highlight and a bullet brush, we're also going to be using it to highlight the inner corners of the eyes, and oh my, I absolutely love it. For this look, I want to be keeping the lips quite soft but glossy at the same time, so I'm going to be using the MAC lip liner in MAC Interrupted, and I'm going to be lining the outside of the lips first. And now going on top of that with the MAC Honey Love lipstick, we're going to be applying that all over the lip. I like blending the product out with my finger, and I love it how every time I ask the client to open their mouth, they always look up. Polly & Purtis lip fill to finish off that look with the pink gloss. So here we have the finished product. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're going to be doing a lot more tutorials, like client tutorials. So comment below what look you want to see and we will recreate it for you.
I don't do thumbs up.
Trying to get there rich. I've been working on my shit. Milk the whole game twice. Gotta get it how I live. I've been working on my shit. Now get this work. Now get this work. Now get this work.
Shifted higher than the ceiling, and ooh, it's the ultimate feeling. You got me lifted, feeling so gifted.
Stop!
Hi guys.
How do YouTubers do this?
Yeah. I'm gonna make this troll look fucking half decent.
There we go.
Baby girls. So what are we gonna do?
Yeah. A pink smoky eye.
Better. One more time. Take 51.
Yes.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
It's you. You're making me